If you follow my channel, you'll know that I've recently picked up a couple of new flashlights from Olight. We reviewed the RN80, or rather the RN800, last week. This is their newly released bike light, 800 lumens, 137 meters throw, and really interesting. Not something I've come across before, but it also acts as a USB power bank. So if you're interested in that, do check back on my videos, because that was something I reviewed about a week ago. At the time, I also said we've got a second, more traditional flashlight. This is the M2R rather, Pro Warrior. It's a tactical flashlight, but what interests me is it's just really bright and really compact. This is actually a limited edition, which I think means that it's a gunmetal finish. Really nice 3D machining across it all. So that's what we're looking at today. 1800 lumens, 300 meter throw, super powerful, nice and compact. So let's get in and take a look and see what's in the box. Just coming in to see what's in the box, as we found with the RN800, really nice sort of magnetic closure packaging, always like that. Inside you've got a little thank you on the inside there, and you've got this cover with some immediate safety information that you need to take into account. These lamps, or these lights, come pretty much fully charged, but they do come with a safety tab in it, which you need to remove. Obviously the first time you want to get it up to full charge as well, so it gives you a little bit of information there. Underneath you've got some nice packaging. You've got the carry pouch for the torch, which we'll take a proper look at in a minute, and you've got an accessory pack as well. Just diving into the accessory pack, really nice sort of what reminds me of somewhat sort of Apple style packaging, and inside you've got a couple of bits. You've got the instructions, tell you how to use it. It's actually worth having a read of that, because it's quite a complicated feature set on the light. You've got a lanyard. Let me get this out. A lanyard to hang off the torch. Now what's really nice about that is you've got a little pin there to help you feed through that little bit of thread. Don't typically use lanyards, but always nice to have. And finally you've got a superb magnetic charger, which takes USB power and allows you to charge your torch. Looking at the pouch, a couple of different options. You've got a sort of a dangler, so you can hang that off a belt loop if you wish. You've got a sort of popper, so you can put that across your belt, or indeed if you've got a sort of tactical style backpack, you could find somewhere to strap that on. Inside, obviously, you've got the torch. Superb detailing on torch, and we'll come in for some proper close-ups and take a good look at that in a second. What is immediately of interest is, of course, for display purposes, I've replaced that little safety tab. So the first time you use it, you need to take the back off it. It's got a little finger activated button there, but we'll show you that probably in a minute. So you need to take your little transit tab off. This is a 21700 battery, 500 or 5000 milliamp hours, delivering 3.6 volts. Plenty of power in there, and this is really a supremely well spec'd and bright torch, really. So in terms of charging, as I say, we've got a USB powered magnetic charger there, and the really nice thing about this is it's got a little light in the base, and we'll get a little close up on that, where it glows up green or red depending on the status of the charge. Just super nice design. Just coming in for a quick close up on the torch. What really stands out on this torch compared to other torches I've had, and you know, I suppose they're getting on for a few years old, but the quality of the machining, what they're describing as three-dimensional knurling, really superb quality of machining throughout this torch. Really nice anodizing, I guess it would be. As I say, this is the limited edition, so this is what they're describing as a gunmetal grey. On the end cap, you've got the magnetic charging option there, which just snaps on, and obviously the momentary switch. Half a depression for medium setting and full depression for turbo. Really nice tightly machined threads with a little bit of silicone grease on it and a O-ring to achieve waterproofness. Now this is I believe waterproofed to IX or IPXB level, which I'm not honestly sure what that means. It's also drop resistant, 1.5 meters it's been tested to. Just moving down the torch, obviously you've got the nice machining on the grip there. You've also got a nice pocket clip, and initially I looked at that and thought, well, what if you don't want to carry it lens up? But actually, if you look at the design, it's a two-way clip, so irrespective of where you want to place it in your pocket, up or down, the same clip can work in that same position. So obviously whether you're going to use that bit or indeed slip that bit under your under the edge of your pocket. A bit of branding on the end there. Obviously the main switch there, and if you turn it on, hopefully you can see the green light there indicating the status. Up on the front, you don't have any orange peeling on the lens, but you do have this, what they're describing as a crenulated bezel. And beyond the sort of tactical component to that, which I'm not particularly interested in, what I do like about that is it does afford a bit of extra depth before you could get anything touching the lens there. And also, if you happen to store your torch end on and you were to leave it on, you'd clearly see it glowing through the night, whereas if you didn't have the crenulated bezel, you could, well, just allow your torch to burn out. So that's, I think, a genuinely practical use of it. Also affords the protection, but yeah, your mileage may vary. Moving on to operation, there's two ways to activate this torch. There's obviously the traditional button on the side there, and there's a really quite cool feature on the end cap. Now if we start off with the end cap, only a couple of options on there. So half press, you're getting mid beam, and if you depress it all the way, you're going to get turbo mode. So that's quite a useful little feature there. Now the interesting thing with that is you can either do it on the a sort of intermittent or temporary setting, so you could potentially signal, or if you press it a little bit harder and take your finger off, it'll go into a fixed mode. So that's pretty cool. Moving on to the main switch here. Obviously it's got a memory function. The first setting you can operate, or the lowest setting rather, is Moon or Moonlight mode, and you'll access that by holding your button down for a second before you release your finger. So that's Moonlight mode. Very long lasting, so that will last you 50 days on a full charge. Doesn't even activate the little status light there, so that will last almost indefinitely. So if we turn that off again, and then we'll go into the normal settings. Obviously it's got a memory mode to this, so hopefully we'll start off at the bottom here. So let's give it a go. So on, little bit brighter than Moonlight, so that's the low mode, 15 lumens, 130 burn hours, you hold it down again just to cycle through. Then you're on to medium at 60 lumens. Next setting up, still medium, so medium 1, medium 2, and then finally you've got high at 750 lumens. Now, as the power drops off, that will revert back down to 250, a sort of an energy saving mode. As I say, there's a little status indicator light there. Don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but that's currently on green, which indicates full charge, and it'll go through amber and red as your torch needs to be recharged. And finally, going on to turbo mode, that's a double press, so there you go. And with that, you can really start feeling the immediate heat. It'll operate at 4.5 minutes, 4.5 minutes at 1800 before stepping down to 750 and then down again to 250. So turbo mode really is to be used sparingly. So we'll turn that off. And then finally, we have a single strobe mode. So we'll turn it back on and you give it 3 clicks and that will chuck you into a strobe. So again, I guess the tactical feature there, not sure how effective that truly would be, but it seems to be something people like to have on their torches. That pretty much brings us to the end of the video. If you're interested in the M2R, please check out the link below. It's a link to the UK site with a bit of a discount for viewers, so if you fancy one of these, please click through and you might save a bit of money. If you haven't seen my channel before, please check it out. Not all flashlights, lots of content on denim and quality footwear, everyday carry, fountain pens, pen knives, that sort of thing, bit of cycling, bit of running. Do check it out, we might share some other common interests. If you thought this video was useful, please give it a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.